discussion part of your research article. I will make it clear that how you have to take start while writing the result and discussion part. Let's go to the real scenario how I wrote my result and discussion. This is my paper. In my previous video I explained about the abstract, the keywords, the introduction and the synthesis and characterization part. This is now the result and discussion part in your paper. You have to write about. You see, I just directly attacked on those characterizations. I just say the figure 1 shows. Where is figure 1? For example, this is figure 1. You see, this is the PFE field emission scanning electron microscopy images of the synthesized material. So when I synthesize materials, so then I test it for the morphological measurements, whether the morphology is fair or it is fibers or it is nanorods. So in result discussion now I am talking about those results. For example, I achieved the nanofibers or multiporous nanofibers and how it looks like I have to talk about. And when I change something, for example, in one case I use one concentration, in another case I use another concentration. So when I use one concentration, what was the diameter of the fiber and what was the surface morphology, the roughness, the smoothness. And when I change the concentration, so what will happen to the diameter of the wire or the surface? Just me quickly read here. Figure 1 shows morphology of the SNO2 multiporous nanofiber, figure 1 NB, and SNO2 composite, this and this. I just compare that. This figure shows pure pristine SNO2, while this figure shows the composite one. I'm just comparing here. You see here the composite one. I say that the pure SNO2, this one demonstrate porous morphology. You see, it is porous. Pores are there. The TSL purpose treatment systematically fill the pores. You see, when I make the composite of titania, because titania is coming from TiCl4, so it filled those pores in nanofiber surface. In figure 2, you see here. This is how I gave the reference of figure 2. That when I did treatment, so you will see that the pores are filled here. You see here, this is figure 2 here, pores are filled. So this is basically how you are writing about the result and discussion. So you have to write all these details that what happened. You see, for example, we say here, for example, we also give supporting information about these images. You see, all these detail is for the surface morphology here. Now let's go to this another discussion here. Okay, so this was about the surface morphology, mean how the surface looks like. Now if I want to know the crystallinity of material, whether my material is polycrystalline or my material is monocrystalline or it is amorphous, so I have to do the XRD measurements. So I just say the phase purity and crystallinity of pure SNO2 and TSL treated, this is the composite one. Treated electrode were examined by X-ray diffraction technique, and just give figure 3. I just give in parenthesis figure 3, mean this. If you are not sure that what I'm talking about, go to figure 3 here. You see, this is figure 3. This is my figure 3. I will briefly explain in the coming videos that how to interpret XRD, but this is you need to tell that what are the peaks position, what are the planes here, this kind of thing you have to explain, and where those planes are lying here and whether they are matching with the standard XRD pattern data GCPD is card number or not. Okay, so you have to look into this detail. This is the XRD you see here, and this is just the dye loading here. The electrode have different concentrations, so you see this is the pure one here, and this the concentration is increasing here, increasing, and you can see that if you increase more TiSL4, more molarity, so the diluting is more here, you see. So this means it increasing the surface area. So you have to explain these graphs like this. And then I just took the IV measurement here, and this is the IV measurement of the devices. You do not have to give the subtitle in the result discussion. This is the continuous flow here, and this is my table here, you see. This table, you need to make a decent table here, just like this one here. You do not, if you don't know, so I will show you that from where it makes. If you click here, so you just press click this grid line, and if you go to design, so in a table you can choose from here. You see here, we choose this one basically. Okay, this is how it looks like. And finally I did some the impedance spectroscopy analysis here, and this is the lifetime measurement here, and that's all for result in discussion. You see, these were the characterizations I use to analyze my sample, my device. All these techniques, tip you used, and you need to talk about. That is called result in discussion. So I hope it is now clear, and if you have any problem writing your paper result in discussion part, please do not hesitate to contact me. In result in discussion part, you need to write what you did during your experiment and how did you characterize and what were the results you obtained. So you need to talk about that. That is very, very simple. Thanks for watching.